Recently, Ron DeSantis, Attorney General in Florida, decided to execute a search warrant against Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate, opening a criminal investigation, all because of noise on social media, but also there's political motivation behind this because it's speculated that Trump may have had something to do with aiding the Tate brothers being able to return to the United States, even though Romania, where their legal case is, so far hasn't found anything on them. And what's particularly pathetic about this is that it further emboldens the narrative that liberals have pushed that you can just dislike someone, find a crime, and criminalize them. And what makes it even more unfortunate is because the state of Florida is the third highest state for illegal immigrants. And you would think, I don't know, you would want to prioritize focusing on the masses of illegal immigrants that you have in your state, and be tougher on the crime because there's a lot of hood Negroes that cause chaos and crime throughout various parts of that state. But never has there been some sort of formal aggressive announcement about tackling those things. But tackling the Tate Bros, yeah, they'll do that. And you get some cuck conservatives and Republic cucks, and even some MAGA hat cucks who will justify all this by just constantly repeating, well, they're rapists, they're child traffickers, they're criminals. Meanwhile, they invited a prostitute whore that organized the slut walk in Amber Rose to speak at the Republican National Convention. Now, if you don't think she has been involved in the sex world, being a stripper from the hood and being a celebrity whore, then you're delusional. So again, they co-signed that. They also co-signed Laura Trump. Laura Trump, who is Trump's daughter-in-law, they co-signed her doing a rap song with Coke Boy himself, French Montana, a rapper who was signed to Diddy, friends with Diddy, and we know he's currently locked up over sex trafficking, among other things. And French Montana himself, talking about what the Tates have said on video, well, French Montana and rappers in general make a living off of proclaiming some of the most heinous crimes, which includes murder, drug dealing, conspiracy to commit murder, and sex trafficking. Because as we know, in the rap world, pimping is a very mainstream thing. Being a pimp is a mainstream thing. And French Montana has participated in all of that, and yet, out of the blue, which made no sense at all, Laura Trump did a rap song with him. So, this idea that they don't co sign degenerates and lowlives who've admitted to doing degenerate and lowlife things is an utter hypocrisy. I mean, Kodak Black, he was invited to a Trump event recently. And this nigga was just seen eating chicken looking like he was high off his mind. And we know his raps consist of a bunch of murder. In fact, he has a lot of cases, which I believe Trump pardoned him for one of his crimes. You know, I'm going to go out on a limb and say just the things that have been said in music videos and songs between French Montana and Kodak Black, they've said far worse than anything that Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate has said. And Amber Rose herself, again, who was in that sex world, but she can be redeemed because she's a woman. which just goes to show you neither party truly has heterosexual men's back. And shout out to the chick Laura Loomer. She also exposed that the attorney general celebrated the fact that a Trump supporter got killed during January 6th. And so, again, like these are the people that's supposed to be a part of the opposition. Meanwhile, they're coming down on people using the same logic that liberals do. Well, we don't like what you've said, so we're going to try to find a crime. Like, this is utterly embarrassing. And again, if it just goes to show you, if it wasn't for Trump, these Republic conservatives would be permanent losers. And in a lot of ways, they still are losers because they haven't been able to win the culture because people really just do see Republicans as pussies. Even though most probably won't acknowledge it, but it seems like the relationship between Republicans and Democrats is that the Democrats play the Globetrotters and the Republicans play the Washington Generals, where they're always losing. Even when they win elections, they're still losing because they're never winning over the culture. Because again, they are constantly conceding to liberals' demands, even when they hold power officially. When we see Democrats hold power, you know, they'll go and hunt down anybody that was around during the Capitol riot and lock them up, and then lock up people praying outside of abortion clinics. I mean, they are hardliners, and despite how nutty they are, they're united on every lunatic thing, and they are hardline, and they don't give two shits about what Republicans or conservatives have to say about it. Meanwhile, we're constantly seeing conservatives and Republicans care about what liberals have to say about things. And again, that's one of the main reasons why they're always losers, even when they win. And some may argue, even with Trump in his second term, still kind of losing because we still haven't had one Democrat arrested. The Epstein files haven't been released. Still not really getting mass deportations. I mean, we're getting a few tariffs and potentially, more and more American companies are returning to America, but like when it comes to punishing criminals, like in the state of Florida, still very slacking on that. But yeah, this move is pathetic, and it continues, quite frankly, to make conservatives, Republicans look bad because, again, we know they have no issue co-signing blatant and flagrant degenerates. And, the French Montana, Kodak Black, Amber Rose of the world are just three examples of it. Also, Snoop Dogg, who made a music video about killing Trump and has made a career off of claiming being a member of a gang, the Crip gang. So between Kodak Black, Snoop Dogg, French Montana, and Amber Rose, they represent a myriad of crimes, and they're far worse than anything Tate has done, said on video of doing, or been accused of. And of course, we can't forget that Joe Biden, he got interviewed by a woman, Cardi B, that admitted to raping, drugging, and robbing men. So, I'm just saying, the hypocrisy, the double standards, and the constant conceding to libtard ideology is just what makes conservatives, Republicans in general, losers in every way imaginable.